Welcome to another episode of TAFTOBY. Today I'm joined by an incredible. He likes to be humble. He likes to play it cool. He's a very impressive person in Warsaw, in Finland, and I'm pleased to welcome my very good friend, Saint Sam. Saint Sammy. I don't want to say the last part, but Saint Sammy. Welcome to TAFTOBY. Tears from the ones before you. If you don't mind to yourself to our audience.
Okay, thank you for the privilege. It's nice also being, to contribute to the project. I am well pleased. My name is Balogun.
Yes, sir.
But let me say, popularly known as Sambalo. I don't know the one you are trying to
Saint Sammy, Saint Sammy.
down.
See that one. That one.
My cool, my humble self, Balogun.
You dey come humble, but we go give your flowers today. Thank you very much for being on TAF today. People at TAF to do our best, educate people. Maybe not educate, but just show people a different perspective. Through storytelling. This show is for people that are aspiring to learn or to just see what it's like from a different person's perspective. Maybe they learn one or two things and moral stories from your journey and where you are today, and hopefully you carry us along on your journey into the future. So thank you very much for honoring our invitation. We appreciate your honesty, we appreciate your story, and you have an incredible story. So for those of you who wondered, how do I know the story of our guests? Even though I know, I also try to find out more things about them. That's what we call doing research. So I'm going to ask him some questions. He's going to take us along on the story. And maybe someday if he gets to meet Dangote, someday he's going to take us with us to the Brown House. So Mr. Sami, permit us to start from your childhood, earliest memory that you think you can remember accurately, and try to describe what it was like growing up in Lagos, Nigeria. I assume you grew up in Lagos, Nigeria.
Of course.
That is Balogun. Yes. So you grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. Can you take us through what that process was like, your earliest childhood memory?
Anyway, thank you so much. Charlie, much, but when you actually look back into the past years, there's a lot to, like, appreciate God. There are some you have to like, okay, it happens. Then there are some that happens you don't have control over. But in all of this happen, it's necessary to like groom an individual to be a man in the future. So I would say during my childhood, like it was kind of mixed stories, very young, everything was good. You were in the community, playing, your parents, it doesn't like you don't see it like other people takes the body for you. But I'm blessed that I have people that took the body so I could be where I am today. So
Do you mind if you unpack that a little bit? If you look at the layers,
anyway,
what was it like as a 3, 4, 5 year old summer?
3, 4, 5 years summer, like I don't even know what that then, but I know I would just see my life, my mom, my dad, my brother, and my sister. Like to go to school. I remember like not from a rich family. I would say on average poor. Because you are not even because at least parents are still struggling to provide. Then things were still like on the balance. Thanks to those that had to, took the suffer. So have like good life there. These people could afford the basic things. So I appreciate my parents.
So, while we were preparing for this interview, yes, you mentioned that you were free to play, so long you're not too late outside and things like that, but you had a bit of freedom.
Of course, not even a bit. But that was not like 4 to 5 years old. Because I was 4 to 5 years old, probably I was like maybe 3 or 4. I think primary 3, if I'm to get it right. The primary 3 or primary 2. Either. So, and then as at then, the only thing you could probably remember is just like you just with your parents, your siblings, and then living together, then eating, play together. So
And at that age, were you in school like a crèche or?
I was in primary 5.
At age 5?
At age 5, I was in like maybe primary 3 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have how many siblings?
I have just that brother. younger sister.
Okay.
So we're just
I see. What is it like growing up with an older brother?
Actually, it's nice, like not so much because it's not like someone that could like probably beat you also. I think no, not really. You know, you just because the gap between us is quite much. So yeah, the years between us probably, if I could guess right, maybe it might be up to 9 years.
Oh,
So the gap is much. So and then I think you'll definitely, of course, understand better. So probably I will just like totally understand better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the gap between myself and my brother is not that much. It's like maybe 4 years. But there's a lot of things that we don't.
You know, like it's not
Yeah,
just
so I can understand
yeah,
that.
of course.
But we're still close. But I understand because I have a lot of friends that maybe the eldest is like 10, 15 years older. So I clearly see the gap. There's almost very little to relate to between
Yeah.
them. So yeah, I understand that. And if you permit us, we can go to a bit more sensitive information because you already gave the okay to talk about some of these things.
Okay.
You mentioned as a kid you are chopping life however you are waking up, eating, going to school, playing with friends, come back and playing with friends. But there are some things you also noticed,
of course,
about your situation, about family differences and some things like that. Can you share some of those with us?
Yeah, the kind of like we like basically Nigeria,
Yeah.
like the quality of life, it's like mainly depends on the parents' ability. Yeah, like most people, because the government is not coming to do this or to do that. Then as like I'll say for family, then you have to like face a lot. There are some things you want. Your parents sometimes will get it for you, but probably that of like they just have to get it. But I remember that my mom was a trader, but of course she was doing well with the business and all that. But like there are some things that you still see, even though you are rich, you still know that yes, we are poor. Like it's just going to be some kind of basic things is still going to show like where you live, the house, and some other things your peers could have access to, but you like it's not in your parents' capability to acquire those things for you.
Yeah.
So you'll still see all those things, but then probably I'm able to even feel it more than basic stuff like that. Like the story I shared about is like living in one room, then with your parent, then suddenly at night, like when the ceiling, the brick started peeling, and like the like broken blocks were actually falling
from the deck.
Yeah. So and then the fan was still working because there was like that. Then the first thing that anybody would do is like to switch off the fan, and even the switch is like malfunctioning. Like you could get shocked from it. So
the electric sometimes.
the electric, so
current
you will
passes
see how
through.
like it's sparkling. So, but my mom was able to like turn it off, and then the fan stopped. But the bricks, the doors started like covering the room and stuff like that. But the following day, like even though I was young there, but I'm still like, is this thing not going to come back and then fell on everybody? But after 1 day, 2 days, you are still trying to sleep with one eye, looking at it. But these are not the trauma you can even say to your mom, like, Mom, is it not coming back? Just like, okay.
Try to believe in God.
But she would probably know that, of course, the house is not going to collapse now, but maybe just some kind of, it's getting old, and then the owner of the house, the landlady, is not just like paying attention, and then, houses in Nigeria are not like that maintained, like especially in like rural areas. So all those trauma, you just look, just to mention a few, you just look, but after some time, of course, you are going to probably get over it. But at least I could remember that very one, but at least it didn't later happen. So thank God.
we thank God indeed, and thankfully you are here safe and sound.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, because not everyone wants to recount some of the hardships that they went through. And amongst all that, there's something I that someone mentioned to me. I was like, he grew up in a quite not rich but a more fortunate environment, and he told me that yes, he has friends that they go through hardship, like they come from a less fortunate background, but he appreciates the ones that still come out with integrity, with dignity, and things like that. And also the ones that don't judge him for not going through the things that they went through. Because, it's something that, I don't know, yeah, some people play around with it. I'm like, Omo Botini, and, things like that. Like, that's a soft guy, a soft kid. And they think the guy also does not have any issues in life or anything like that. And you here today, your story is way different than what it was. And I know through you and through your siblings, God has given you guys some things to use to reward your parents and your family at large living back home. So I thank you for being here today, for being a man of dignity and a man of incredible stamina. Because whenever I see you, you're always cheerful, you're always joyful. And some of these things I'm hearing, I had no idea. And of course, it's something in the past, and you don't carry that along with you. But seeing how far you've come, I appreciate you for being here and being who you are today.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. And so in Shomolu local government, how big is Shomolu local government? And was your school quite far from where you lived?
It's not that big, not to be, but at least when you want to look at like the Lagos State as well now, I think it's quite like one of the most developed now as at now.
And there's I see a lot of, because Shomolu local government encompasses a couple. Is Bariga under Shomolu local government?
Yes, of course.
Bariga is under Shomolu local government. I didn't even know that before, but there's still Shomolu. Like Bariga connects with Shomolu also, so there are different ways also to even get there.
Yeah, like it's quite
to even
big.
Get to the same
Just
place.
like I would say, it's quite big. Even me today, maybe there are some places that I don't know in Shomolu, but at least I can say maybe I will know. Of course, definitely 90 to 95% of like the street or something like that. But the way like it is structured, actually it was actually like nice, like I'm going to say nice local government then, because like a nice place. And then of course, every place has their own little bit of how am I going to say it? Things like you don't want to, like, you are still hoping that they are going to improve along with time, maybe with education, with some kind of social amenities, and then infrastructural facilities to make the place more like good, and then so that people can live freely there too. But actually overall I would say like it's actually nice. And then even now, like it's more of like it's very, I think it's more advanced now because of more people are there. And then when I say more people, not just like average, but I think the rich ones too are also there now.
Yes, there are some places, there are some pockets of places.
So and then actually now, before the last time I was there, I could say that maybe 70 to 80% of the road are actually tied. Like compared to when we first moved there was, I think it was 2009.
Okay.
Or 9 or 10. That was when we moved to, like, no, not Shomolu, but to like another street where I know that okay, from now, like I started knowing certain things, like like my eyes are now more open, because we were like 2 streets before, but still in Shomolu.
Okay.
Then when we moved to like the other street, then I was like, okay, now I can play freely. I can know, so I know some places where we have to go and gather as a kids to actually play.
Yeah,
so as I then that I could like, okay, this is how it looks like as I then probably I think maybe 30% of the road were actually tied and okay, like then the gutters too, like some say in better condition. But I think the last time I was there, I think I can say it's like a lot of changes now, like a lot. So if you want to talk about it now, of course, it's going to be a really nice place.
Yeah, especially when you go back and then you see a lot of more development that has happened.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But actually, all those development too, it comes at a cost too,
It does.
somehow, because people that we grow up together, that, you know, this wood, like we were here together before. Some would not even, like, some can't even afford the rent of like that area anymore. So forcing some kind of landlord to like sell their properties to developer or to anybody that wants to acquire it, the kind of building they actually comes up with now there. So like an average people can't even like rent an apartment there anymore. So
that's I totally relate with what you said. Because if you see some parts, especially on University Road, that they are building these massive structures, and then you have like some of the richer kids moving in there because they don't want to live inside the hostel or inside the university compound. And even my dad and I, we went to check. I schooled in Shomolu also. I went to CMS, Bariga.
Okay, Bariga.
So I graduated in 2012. So there's this building that was opposite, that is still opposite the school. Very high building like that. My dad was thinking of doing something around that side. And his plan was similar to, you know, these developers coming in to build something that's a bit more expensive and things like that. So I totally relate with what you're saying. It didn't work out. We pulled that for other reasons, but yeah. And now you moved to another area. Was it a bit closer to the
I think
place you moved?
after Shomolu, then I have to like move to my uncle's side in like Egbeda.
Egbeda. Okay, that's quite far from.
It's quite far.
Yeah, Shomolu.
Of course.
And
so
you
that's
moved,
like Egbeda is like Alimosho local government.
yeah.
So it's that was quite far. Then that was when I actually like finished my secondary school.
Okay. So
like I have to move, like, understand, even like my parents also want me to like, you know, leave the environment so like it could be more serious and be more focused, because
serious academically or just
academically, like they didn't really know like how good am I academically, like, you know, the parent was more focused on you just being okay, like they'll try their best, get you whatever you need, like go to school, and then, you know, when you live in some kind of community, not only your parents trains you, like all your community trains you, so all eyes on you. So you could even do something somewhere bad. Not before you get home, like 2 people will have flogged you there. Well, so when you get home, your mommy, you just cry. You after then your mom will just go and appreciate them. But thank you, thank you so much for the discipline. Really enjoy it. So like, you know, it's a community and everybody, so like there's this kind of like togetherness, like, you know, everybody watch after another. So there's this kind of thing. Then I was just like going to school. I think was it like I have from primary, my primary school was like easy going. GS1 to GS3 was still in Shomolu. It was like easy going. Maybe from GS1 to SS3 now, that was where I have like some kind of how am I going to say it, on seriousness. But I know like from primary school, if I am to judge myself, I'm not below average, like academically. Like I am like probably little bit above average or average. But I just need that kind of what we call iron hand. So I could take the studies
to make
more,
it be a little bit more focused.
Yeah, more serious. But you know, the parents is also struggling to get you food. But during those stages, you know, everything is still, you know, hardly you will get someone is failing like primary school. But because I went to public school, although people do fail, but I think as a then, you know,
it's not like not that thing. Maybe from secondary school.
Yeah, because the assignments, they help you, the assignment from home, then even in class, the exam, the teacher is still trying to also help you, like, okay, this is how you get it right, you understand? But from GS1 now, you start feeling like, you are on your
this
own.
One is deep. Like, you are seeing mathematics that is looking like mathematics.
So from even GS1, I was able to, GS1 was quite like, it was quite somehow, but at least I was able to like understand, to like pass, to like went through it with ease, like somehow. I think it was when I got to GS1, there was something that happened in that GS1. Like normally, like if I could remember well, my name was actually, I think, Balogun Samuel Temitope.
Okay.
But the register, like when the class teacher is calling the register, like people that are present or absent in school. So whenever he calls my name, he's always calling like Balogun Samuel Oluwatosin.
Oluwatosin.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm like,
so now there's two Oluwatosins.
I'm like, no, sir, my name is Balogun Samuel, like Temitope or something. Then the teacher is like, then like he's going to change it.
Okay.
From the register. But again, it still calls the Balogun Samuel. Then I just left it that way. So that was why I got Oluwatosin.
So the school gave you Oluwatosin.
Actually gave me that.
That's another naming ceremony.
I left it there. Then it passed across like that. Then GS2 was fun, but that GS1 we had one teacher then. I think it's like basic technology teacher, and then he also like is very good in mathematics.
Basic technology, intro-tech,
and then it's very.
They always give us headache.
He's very good in mathematics. Then,
yeah,
like so the mathematics then like is very good. I think, but he's only teaching us intro-tech. So and the teacher like the whole school knows him like this one is like no teacher. I think his name is Mr. Oshutubo. Like.
Okay.
If you hear, if the teacher is like, let me say, is 400 meters away from you, and one of the students just ran past and say, Shutubo is coming, your spirit, soul, and body will first of all depart.
It was too strict.
It's coming with cane, like, and you know how it is now. Like there's nothing like anybody can do anyhow to you. Like, even when you get to himself, your parents might just be like, it's okay. It's just coming with cane to flog anybody anyhow. Like what are you doing outside?
So classes were on at that time.
Yeah, classes,
and everyone was supposed to be inside.
Yeah, maybe everyone was supposed to be inside. But this is the case. The classes are not even like not the classroom you will see here. Actually, it's just a brick that just goes straight. And like they just put something like there's land, there's table, and there's desks, so you guys can actually, and there's board. It's actually the board that demarcates like GS1, GS1A, GS1B. So it's just like that, just straight. So if you should like you want to go outside, there's not like door or anything. Just take your leg outside. You're already on another playground. So it's just like open area. Like it's not fenced on both sides. So you could be in the class and see someone just walking, like both left and right, and then you'll be also be seeing other classes too. So there are some blocks, but probably some are like broken into half, so it's like half fence. And there's some like the block is completely broken, so there's nothing there. So any of this kind of shit but there was one crazy day. I think I was hungry and life was good then. You could buy bread 5 naira and beans 5 naira.
Yes, I totally remember.
The bread is going to be like sliced, like just 2 sliced bread or something like this.
Sliced bread?
Yeah,
it's not like the bread like you can make more inside.
Even as at then, that one is going for like 70 to 80 naira as at then.
Yeah, because when I was
we could buy 5 naira.
I saw inflation with my eyes like this. I was wondering,
but then I buy bread. I buy bread 9 naira, then beans maybe 10 naira too or 5 naira, and then they just put the beans in between the bread, and then you can press it. So I was like, I need to eat. Food is necessity. I need to eat. But once break is over. If you like, say you want to eat or anything, break is over. And then we have a big hall behind my own classroom. Then that hall, some part has window, or some doesn't. Like the last part that's easily linked to the food vendor doesn't have any window. So the boys then, like when you're in TAFTOBY, you are seeing people that like you'll be like, this one should have up to 3 kids at home now, because they are like huge then. So it was like my set was the one that looks like berries. So we're so like small, you understand? So So those ones that are in like GS2, GS3, they're like looking like our grandparents.
God bless you for what you just said. When I was doing my interview, like because I can't interview myself, so someone was interviewing me. I said the same thing too. That I don't know why I was in GS1, I was looking so small. We were all looking so small. But GS3, SS1, SS2, they are looking so old, with beard.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And some of them are like just 5 years older than us. I was wondering why they were looking so old.
Actually, I think some were even probably even 10 years like older. Like when they try to look at all those here, like people are still, some people actually like miss education, and then maybe now they have the opportunity. Then maybe one uncle that is well educated is trying to force them to, like, you have to go. So all those factors. Then I have to jump to the all. Well, anytime we have an like event or something, so we actually use our, maybe the school have an announcement for us. It is that all we are going to use. So I have to, because everywhere is quiet. When Mr. Football is around, the whole school is going to be like graveyard, silent everywhere. And then it could be in maybe one GSS2 class teaching them. So I just like, God. So I just like, let me sneak in. I sneak into the hall. I climbed the window so that I could like go to the food vendor. Then I got there. I think I need to buy. I've paid already. The woman is, I think, no, I'm yet to like even approach them fully. I just saw two tall guys walking towards me, just like they want to carry me.
They want to carry you?
Yes, I'm like,
to where?
I started begging them like, please, 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 like, started crying and begging them, please, please, please. I'm like, you have, please. They say, yeah, that they have to take me there. That I'm like, He said the teacher said they should bring me that. So otherwise, the teacher is going to punish them. So basically, it is Mr. Oshutubo that has put students that also be in their class studying to that
bring
good
other
vendor
scapegoats,
area,
yeah.
so that they can. Then when they brought me, like I was teaching them the just too. Fortunately, I knew someone in that class. That was also a student. So we live same street, like 2 houses apart or something. So we were just like whispering silently. Then when Oshutubo probably went somewhere to do something, I don't know. Then the guy was like, "What did you do? What happened?" I was like, "I'm hungry. Then I needed to buy bread and it's there." That teacher, like maybe you should beg him very well. And when he was done teaching them, no, this kind of beating, like they can never even like. It's going to be part of beauty that kid don't come. I was just like, I cried, then just went to my class, laid my head on the desk.
I slept off.
Till closing time. So after that day, I heard like, this teacher. I was just like, this teacher.
There's one or two teachers I remember. Till this day, I won't mention their names. But these things you remember, even on your wedding day, you will still remember. On
just like Oshutubo is coming,
yeah,
you have to run for your life, for your dear life. Like it was really, 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 really sweet. And then I was happy one day. Like we also had one guy in the class then. I think his name is Samson.
You started secondary school. You experienced GS1 the tough way, like we all do, because we don't know the rules, we don't know different things, even the school politics. When I say school politics, I mean the student politics, because there's politics in school. People think school is just about reading, but there's some things you have to go through.
Actually, I understand, but I think from like as at I think GS1 to GS3, we don't really like see much of that into it. Just like everybody just wants to come to school, read your book, and just play very well. But from like SS1 to SS3, you start seeing some of like those things into play. Like there are some like rules, there are some like little bit of politics, and this and that.
You started university. You started secondary school. So that transition from the junior secondary school to the senior secondary school, what was that like for you?
I think it was nice. it's now new environment. Even though you are a little bit, you know, my junior secondary school was very like the facility was very close to the senior secondary school. In fact, we have a tiny gate that once the gate is open, you can go from the junior secondary school into the
Senior secondary school.
to the senior secondary school
Yeah.
to their field, and you can see the building, the facility, how it is. And they have a much more bigger football field than our own. So
Mhm.
that one alone was like, the fact of like you are so happy by I'm going here, so I'm going to play on this beautiful football field.
Mhm. It's just the football field
Even
itself.
though when I was in primary school, I think there was a day, maybe I don't know, maybe it was maybe there was a day that they just came to like pick randomly inside the class. Then the inspector also picked me like stand up. They were like, okay. Day was I think Saturday. I think that day was Independence Day. So they needed like probably from someone from the local government is coming, maybe one of the politicians. So they want us to like march to have this kind of parade. So they just choose just randomly like that. I think based on things school uniform neatness.
Yeah.
So just tell everybody, okay, you stand up, you say, okay, tomorrow iron your clothes very well, wash it this like evening, iron it well. Then I went there with one guy, like also living like the same streets. The venue, the field they used was that senior secondary school, but then I was in I was in primary five. Then I was in primary five. Then because they choose from primary five and primary six. So probably I was probably one of the two. They just choose only two people from primary five. So I think I and maybe one other girl. Then it was like, so I was there. So since then I have the picture of the whenever we close from the what's it called from our school. So when you are going, you could see from the main gate, but we usually pass in front of the main gate when we are coming to school. When I was in like junior secondary school, so we do like and just try to stretch our neck, so we see how big that like environment was for the senior secondary school.
If you don't mind me saying, now you mentioned, I assume because you moved or you went to stay with your uncle that your senior secondary school was.
No, I moved
Around where
after the senior secondary school.
Okay,
So I was
okay,
after the
okay.
senior secondary
Okay,
school.
so
Like
after
my
when you were
WAEC.
done with WAEC, did you write NECO?
No, like when I was in JS1, from JS1 to JS3, then you move from SS1
Yeah.
to.
So you wrote WAEC, you wrote NECO.
No, I didn't even know.
Okay, just WAEC. You wrote WAEC,
Just WAEC.
JAMB, and then you went to your uncle's place.
No, after the WAEC, then I moved. So
Okay.
because I have to wait for the next year JAMB because I think the JAMB registration for that year has already passed.
Okay.
So it came before the WAEC.
Okay.
So after writing the WAEC, so I have to wait for like the next year before I could write the JAMB. So, like after going to like you going to what's it called to senior secondary school, it's actually nice because you see many things like new uniform now. So the uniform is different from that one. So it's
How different? Is it different color? You're moving from short knicker to long trouser
I
or
went to
something?
Morocco Comprehensive Junior High School.
Okay.
Like that was the junior secondary. Then the shirt was white. Then the trouser knicker was blue. The knicker was blue, light blue. So and then they just put like you buy the badge from the school, from the
And
school
then you go
counselor.
sew it
You put it here, you sew
in your
it.
pocket.
So that's
Yeah.
the difference. So
that means you are allowed to sew your own uniform. You just need the badge.
yes, of course,
Okay.
you buy the badge from the school. So
Okay.
you sew your uniform outside.
Okay.
Although like there's a way you also sew it. Like if you sew the knicker and then it's like at some point, boys now started going up like you're not just one.
Yeah.
So some will like the way the trouser, they will like make it so like pencil. We call it pencil.
Pencil, yeah.
So the teacher always look
Skin
after
tight.
them to beat them. Like
Yeah.
you have to change. But my own was just normal, not baggy.
Yeah.
They like it, which is baggy. They like it that way. They say, yeah, this is a good boy.
Yeah.
The baggy,
But it was not like slim fit either. It was just okay.
yeah, my own was just okay because if you wear baggy, your classmates will be looking like they might give you a name.
The teacher does not have problem with it, but your classmates have problem with it.
But classmates just they call you Shokoto Baba Salah. This kind of funny name. They just give you one name like. But for my own, so just normal. So I was just like going to school casually, just go, come back, nothing more. Probably read your book little times, but we were sure passing then. I think it was from GS2 to GS3. I think maybe it was mathematics. I had like 5%, not up to 50%. Then they have to like do meeting like, so the school was I tried to consider people that have less than 50%. Maybe we are going to consider them this time, like to promote them.
Yeah, to the senior second.
Because it's
to the GS3.
To the GS3. Like maybe they didn't meet up to the 50%. That some are like 49.
Then it looks bad for the school itself.
48, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and the school decided that, okay, they are all going to repeat this class. The crowd that is coming from GS1 will come and meet them, and then classroom is going to be another problem. So the facility to even make it conducive is not even available. So you just have to consider like, so after like 1 week, or then they called all our parents for meeting again. Then they later finalize it. Then they do their meeting. They have everything. They can't consider, okay, let us pass them. People that have maybe from 45% to like 49, it was 50%. It's like you've passed already. And you have to pass like maths and English, and then maybe 3 other subjects or something. Then so, but people that had issue with maybe both maths and English, I think they failed those one. Maybe you have 47 in maths, you have 47 in English. But if you have one, like you pass one, but just one that is remaining. So like, and then I was like quite good to when it comes to like English. Then I was like, I was really, really trying then. But the mathematics is the enemy. So it was like that. Then after promoting by consideration to GS3, the GS3 was quite, and then we usually have, what's it called? I think
like a junior,
Y.
It's like junior Y. Yeah.
I think that one, the exam, it was quite funny. The exam was supposed to start in the morning at 8 o'clock. Then maybe they had issue with the logistic, and then the exam came like, our parents were expecting us that this kid should be back like 4 o'clock maximum home. Then maybe around 5 or 5:30 or almost 6 o'clock. Almost 6 p.m.
PM. So when did to start the exam?
To start the exam, we sat down inside the class. But then when they brought it, in fact, the teacher have to like on torchlight for us, because we have to write, what's it called? Look at what's
Did they say any reason why it was that?
No, will they give you any reason? Do you have the audacity to ask anybody? Like,
I mean, but some parents might want to know.
Some parents are like coming to school, like, our kids, where are they? What happened? Then they're like, okay, the exam is coming. Some parents actually waited, like they were in school, and then we left. I think that day I got home like maybe 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Then the following day, they gave us back those scripts.
Why?
So that we could check what we wrote yesterday. Like, why can't you wait till the following morning and let us write this thing once and for all? Day broad light. All these things you can't question it there, but later on you don't remember. Because some class did not even really have the light, and then it is all this paper that you have to write your name. They will give you the school code, the exam code, you shade it. Then there's A, B, C, D. You shade the correct. So you have question paper, you just shade the correct answer. So it was like that.
Some ridiculous things also, like, do not write on this side of the
do
paper.
not write on this side of this paper. So some people that can't even see that. People that have visual problem or something. So then they have to, and they will say don't shade out of the box. So they have to give us those paper back for the money.
Why didn't they just do that in the first place?
Then that one, I think that one too, maybe I passed. When the result is out, you go and check your result. They will paste it on the wall.
On the notice board, yeah.
So you go there, see, okay, I think maybe I was just feeling, I feel like mathematics then. But they said we are going to have a like retake or something. I said, okay, then the retake came after like 2 weeks or so. Then I passed. Then like I went to SS1.
Okay.
So the SS1 now is now new. SS1, I think I resumed late for the SS1 because of the retake for the other one. Okay, so it's not everyone that retook it. I think they don't really show people like at GST.
And some new students also came.
They like partake in that particular receipt. So we have to do it again. Then I think everybody passed.
Yeah, but I was confused when you said you were late to resume.
Yeah, because the results don't it's not out immediately. So the results might be after 1 month or 2 months. And after then so it's a week to when the SS1 people are going to resume. The school should resume. You start your registration to the you have to go to the secondary school. You have to go to the admin block. They have to they have to check your name. So my name was not on the list of people that passed to SS1. So because I'm still having an exam. Yeah. So after that one, then the result is out maybe after 2 weeks. And then the SS1 are already doing their what is it called? The registration. So some people have already resumed after I think I joined after 1 week. I joined the SS1 student after a week because after I passed the exam, I have to get my school certificates and everything from the junior secondary school. Then now you proceed to senior secondary school. Then they have to register you. So after the registration and everything, that was nice. It was okay.
And if you don't mind me asking, I don't want to assume this happens every SS1, but is it divided into science class, art class, commercial class?
So from GS3 now, based on your performance, the school will give you some decision. The school will say that they will give you 2 departments. It is advisable based on your performance so far. It's advisable either they will give you 2 options. The first option and the second one. For me now, they gave me commercial. The second one, I think they gave me arts department. Okay. For some, it is science. People are very good in maths. They give them science and maybe commercial. So me, I wanted to go to commercial before.
What made you want to go to commercial?
Because I don't want to read like that.
But people still read in commercial.
You add information from people. It's the community. You have people that are already in that senior secondary school. But you ask them, how is so school now? But I went to Anglos Memorial Senior High School. But you have people will tell you, okay, SS1 is like this, it's like this. When you get to SS2, it's tough. SS2 is the toughest because you want to cross to SS3. SS3 is just play. You might not even go to school.
SS3 is still kind of tough also because of the WAEC and things like that.
It's anyway,
but I understand SS2, you have a lot of you have the most reading to do in SS2. Yes.
So they know SS3, they're and then they know even when you fail the WAEC, you can go and write another. So the SS3 was to them, and the SS3 is for you're now big boy now because the uniform is not different. But the SS1, after I resumed there, it was nice. It was going. I went there late. And then
you chose commerce.
The first it's a commercial department. Yeah. So I think we're at one building before. Then they have to regroup everybody, took us to another building. So that is one that you start realizing some things more now. In my class then, if you have, we're 140 something inside the class, just normal one classroom. So if you have what's it called? If you have the chair, you can't have the table.
If you have the chair, you can't have the table.
Yeah, you can't have the table.
Is that a parable or something?
No, because we are too many for the class.
Even in the commercial
class. I think the commercial class we are about because commercial class is always the most the popular class there. The population is too high. Okay. So it's like that. And then once you you are in the class, not everybody is going to have a seat.
So if you either have chair or table. There's some people that don't have either chair or table. What did they now do?
Those ones. Some people will stand at the back now. They'll just stand there. You actually be actually.
So you sit on the table.
You actually be looking.
How you not write? You write on the.
That's why some people at the front.
But some people can share one seat now.
At the front.
Yeah.
People at the front, they are lucky. In school, the way the school setting is, the class setting, brilliant ones always sit at the front. Okay. If you observe. School 2 will be at the back. That's where we enjoy. So the class is also divided into two.
What to people like us that sit in the middle?
So the middle are the struggling one. So okay, I was actually struggling at the middle. So yes. The struggling one. So the brilliant one, because you don't want to sit at the front now. They point you. You sit at the front. And this time we have a question. They will point to you. What is the we looking like? You understand now? But the one at the front, they know the answer. They are flowing well.
What about some teachers that they intentionally point to someone in the back?
Because they know they are aware that the ones at the back. And then the teacher also, they don't want problem because they know the ones at the back, like they see them as future plumber, future mechanic.
I mean, plumber is actually a good job.
Maybe,
people are looking for plumbers now.
in other country. But they see them as future bricklayer. Nigeria mindset now.
Yeah.
Even the teacher will be abusing it that don't worry now. If you don't face your study now, you'll be a mechanic. Yeah, you know how they see
Mechanic is even but I understand
how they see mechanic. Yeah, like these are people that fail in school.
Yeah.
So they are now under. I have a teacher there in SS2. His name is, I think, Mr. Alada. He's also a mathematics teacher. It's like, don't worry now. Like, don't worry, you continue here. By the time you fail here, the school will give you. By the time you fail once, twice, I think after once, twice, I think that's on. Maybe the maximum is you can only read it 3 times. Then the school might tell you to withdraw. They say the school will give you withdraw to Fenyigbole Grammar School. So the Fenyigbole is talking about his mechanic that your back will be scrubbing the floor.
The sarcasm back.
So it's like Fenyigbole Grammar School.
Grammar School.
Yes, that means like you'll be advised to withdraw to go and learn mechanic. So it was like that. We know. But
free education. That Vamia wants to start charging money for that or not.
Free education in Nigeria there is not, you understand, but it's like, even though the free education, but you just have to like be there because you don't have any option. Your parents want you to be educated. So then the people at the front had the seats, like, they were in class. Then the middle one, like, we're just the struggling one. Then the back benchers, all this one, they just stand and, you have the street dog, the street out among them, like they're also in school because there's no requirement to actually pass and come to school. The basics. We were all there. So it was like nice, understand? We're there, like, okay, then I passed from SS1 to SS2. And when I get to SS, I think at SS2 that was when the SS2 was very tough. Like, even I realized it from the first day, like, because I still don't know mathematics. Like, I don't know it then. Like, I'm like, I don't know. And then, the teaching, how can one teacher attend to over 160 something students in the class? Like, it's actually a lot.
Yeah, it's actually a lot.
130 something.
Even in my set, we're like 100. That's the set, the entire SS3 set.
In my own, the SS1, and we only have 2 SS1. Maybe SS1, the commercial is like SS1. They will start with the science because the studios one has the brilliant kid. So they was, I think the science one, they will maybe science had maybe 1 class or 2, maybe 2. The science will be SS1A, SS1B. Then the commercial will be SS1C and D. Then I think the art is like C and D. Then the commercial is like SS1E and F. You want to say you are in SS1E or F, that's commercial department.
Yeah.
So it was like, the teacher, you have this kind of teacher that they will come to class. The first thing they'll start with, everybody is not going to pass in this class. But that's the introduction. The topic they want.
He already doesn't want to speak with some people in the class. He's just focused on some other people.
It's not as they are focused on, they are just teaching, but now, they will always be like, of course, you won't expect 100 and something because even as then, I have classmates in SS2 that you can't even spell C80 cats. So they're like, it's okay. Just stay. It's okay. We'll later figure you out to where you actually belong later on. So it was a bit of stuff like that. Okay. Then when I passed the SS1 was like, okay, nice. You were
and then to SS2, which was a bit difficult. Then SS3.
Then to SS2. The SS2 was like very difficult, like, and math socially is problem. And then we had a math teacher that I would say he doesn't know how to teach. He doesn't know how to teach. How to like teach. There are some teachers they don't know how to teach.
Is it just math or further mathematics?
It's mathematics. Those are the reasons why most of us did not go to science because
there's further mathematics.
They will tell you do maths, you do further maths. Yeah. Even the maths, the mathematics, you don't know maths. The talkers of mathematics. That's why you have to do further mathematics.
Yeah, the first time I saw calculus, I was like, I didn't understand.
That before they even get to SS1, we have some guys that we know in science there. Before they get to that SS1, they are already solving those things from like just like because this one they were going to like extra lesson. Their parents are like really like
Mm-hmm.
focusing on them. But no, for like our parents try like we'll send you to school, provide everything for you. But that career, like it's in your own end, you have to decide.
While you were in secondary school, were you like in a bubble? Like, because I was in a bubble, that's what I'm asking. Were you in a bubble? Like, I'll describe what I mean. A bubble that you are a student, you are used to the school environment with your friends and teachers and things like that. And you are just focused on school and maybe you go home, you play, you're focused on homework. Or is it that there was the school life, then after school, there's you as a child, as a brother, as a sibling, as a balogun with community and society, or you are just like busy with school, not really seeing what was going on outside till you graduated from SS3?
Actually, I think it started from I think it started from SS was it SS1? Was it if I'm to get it right? It started from like GS2 or something because I think there was one day my mom needs to like go to school or like one hospital with my brother, and then she's a trader. She sell plantain, gari, that's like cassava, and then and some other stuff like that. Then she just like she went to the market a few days and then go, and then she bought a lot of plantain, and the plantain, I think it's ripe one already. I think so that she could sell. But then this emergency came that she has to go to the hospital with my brother, and the plantain I was going to say that if the plantain should stay like 2 more days, it's going to like
To
get
get
spoiled.
spoiled, yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I just like, don't worry now. There's my friend in the like same house here, like his name is Toyib, like he do help his mom to sell kerosene, to hawk kerosene. Like I can follow him. You just put the plantain on the tray, then tell me the prices, because although I know like the price, just tell me the prices. And it's okay. When he's going, I'll also put the plantain on my head and I'll follow him, like we'll do it together. So like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, so, yeah, of course, yeah, of course.
Of course.
I know.
A commercial student.
Then I was seeing just 2 there.
Okay. Commerce,
Yeah, I
okay.
was in just 2 or going to just 2. Then I started like on that Saturday, I went with the guy. Then I sold everything. Then it turns to daily activity for me. So I do it every day, maybe except on Sunday. So after school, however, so it continues. Then maybe so when I got to SS1, it was still like that. But I think when I get to SS2, maybe I stopped at maybe SS2. Probably. I think that SS2 now. Maybe what actually stopped it finally was like how am I going to put it? The SS2, because the mathematics teacher doesn't know how to teach, even though he knows how to. Even though he knows how to teach, I'm not good in mathematics, but the fact that he doesn't even know and he's very strict. I mean, very, very strict teacher. So I think the first time out of like 100 marks, because the CA is like continuous assessment is like 40, the exam is like 60. I got maybe 40 something out of 100. And the second time, I was like, okay, you understand, more effort to this. Then the second time, I got like 40 something, or probably 30. So the third time, the CA, I got like maybe 18 out of 40. So when when I made the calculation, like in the exam, I was looking for, after the 60 marks, I have to score like 52. And of course, the exam that I cannot even, only me alone, I cannot even score 10. So I already know from second that I've failed SS2 already. So I was just, that was the best moment. Like, just to say, I was just going like, you started living like, I don't care at this age, but I failed this class already. So this third term, I will enjoy it. So nothing is going to I just going, play football. Then the thoughts will come again, like, you are anticipating for that sorrowful day coming, like the day they'll give you these results. And the whole world, that we know who you truly are. So,
but for now, I just playing.
I was just like trying to, you understand, like. Boy is not good. They will reply that she be, but Jesus turn water to wine now.
They don't say which kind of wine. Okay.
So all this kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I just like, but because I have friends, like my really, really best friend was like, we're living in the same house. Like his name is Emmanuel. So we're like in the same house, living in the same house. Not like same room, like, but the building, there's one room.
Hmm.
So they were actually living there before we actually moved to that particular house. And then he was lucky because the commercial class has 2 classes. So he was in the other class. I was the other one too. So it was lucky to be like sitting with people that are very good academically. And they also have it was another mathematics teacher taking them. I think so. Whenever there's test now, now it's easy for them to like, it was sitting with, so when you sit with good people, you're able to tap current. Like about two. But the class I was there, like that is too. It was just like only me, no friends, associates. You understand? Like I was just like this, like just only me. Like I was just sitting. Even the people I was sitting with, I think 2 guys, I could remember them very well. I think one was Michael, one was Alamo then. So his name is Alamo. Well, not like they are also good academically. We're just there, just sitting. Illiterate, sit down with illiterate, everything is just flowing really well. Like the flow will go well to flow well between people. We're just there in the class, just come, wait for the break time, play football outside with friends. And I have some guys too. I think probably I had some guys too, like behind me, like Tunde and Co. Like, we're just there, we're just like, okay. We're just like living. But I pass every other, even the English, I still pass English then. I passed every other thing like commerce and some other subjects I needed. But I failed the minority. So on the day of results, the third time actually came, then the exam and everything. Then my mom went out. So it was that SS2 that when I got the results, my mom was like, okay, maybe I should stop like selling goods. Maybe that was probably some of the things that make me not to concentrate on the. I mean, I'm like, they will tell you the thing. You need to be like, me, we are not doing any books.
So it feels like you had your senior secondary school was quite adventurous.
It was like, then I think it was just going, and then I started to be like, I do like play in the class, just play with people, we talk, we laugh a lot. It was like fun. Then I had like, the day we had to come to school to get the results, I already know I am going to fail. Like, it is, the failure was written in flying colors. So I knew already. Then when we got the result, like, I think my friends living like same house, and then we were living in same street together. I think they got their result first. They passed. So I have to wait for my mom to come back from the market before we could go to school together, because you have to go with your parents. The teacher stamped the results and like, then you write it at the back. Original copy received by me.
Yeah, original copy received by me.
Then I'm like, okay. Then my mom looked at this. I was like, what is that? I said, there's one between at university level, there's even like when you check your results, 2 statements. When someone asks you what is it is 2 statements that are very common. It's either I scored or they gave me. You know that.
But this one is they gave you.
I told her they failed me. Not I failed. They are the one, but I don't want to fail. So they failed me.
So they are the ones that failed you. Okay.
The first thing she said was, don't run away.
Why you want to run?
Because she was like, she knew that all my friends all my friends passed. So I'm the only one that actually failed. So like, then I was so that day you'll be very quiet. In fact, they will make you your delicious meals, everything. You'll be so paralyzed that you can't even do anything. You'll just be down. Because the problem is SS3, we are going to SS3 now. The clothes changes because it is no longer knicker, it is now trouser. So if I should repeat that class, the whole street, the whole community will know that this guy has shop been so. So and all my friends will put on trouser. First of all, the working together will first of all scatter. Because you are working together with short for 2 years, and the third year they are expecting you to with trouser. Then you will now put your knicker among them. You will spoil their steez too now. So they won't need to tell you before you understand, find another route to school. So I was like just thinking like, like
and did this happen in WAEC also?
Yeah, of course. Then it happens like, I was just like, okay. After but then I told my mom, like, my mom's brother had like requested before that I should move to his place.
That's when you finally moved.
So I was out, and then I told my mom, but then I don't want to go because that man is too strict then, like very strict. This one will ensure that you read your book, you do everything. So it's like very strict.
And where was your dad in all this?
Wow. My dad in all of it was just like, just like go to work, come back house, just probably provide. And so that
didn't really focus on how is your school going.
There was nothing like that. So but I know that you are going to school, and then probably you should like understand, you should pass, because they too, they didn't have the opportunity to go to that school. Well, because they are not like, so now the one they are like children to, like, you have to go to this school, you have to be better. So I was just like, okay. Then I called my mom. I said, because I could see the embarrassment coming from the community. I called my mom like, that your brother at that time that said I should come, tell him now that I am ready now. And she was like, no way, that when they called you then, you said, no, now that you have failed the class, you want to cover your shame.
To go.
I said, okay.
So you didn't go until after FS3?
I did not. That was even another person. Like that was not my uncle. That was that was my mom's brother. Same father, same mother. So I was like, okay. When my dad asked for my results, I'm like, boy, my dad should know. Like the beating I'm going to receive.
I thought you said your dad did not.
But you will see us now, whenever we collect the result, we will go and show him that these are our results. And I showed him, just put such like that, just trace it out. Like he failed. Just like talk, many talking.
Long talk.
Yeah, and then it's like, you'll be throughout that week. Even sometimes you get to some point that my mom started to like feel like, eat, it's okay, eat, it's okay. Then after some time, then now we went to market to buy a uniform, because I think my uniform is so too. I want to sew another one, like the trouser alone. So the tailor was expecting that I'm going to sew trouser this time. And get there. So is it trouser now we are sewing? My mom said, knicker. I was just started talking like, you have to be serious. Look at your mom, she's a trader. Look at your dad. He wants you to be that person. All those talk. The man sewed the knicker. Okay. And when the school resumed, I was like, okay, now we are here now, right? Okay, so let's see how it's going to be. So, okay. Then the school resumed. Then that was when I met Anu.
Same Anu.
That was when I met Anu. But fortunately, he also went to the same junior secondary school, but I was like senior then.
Okay.
But I was,
if you're looking at
that,
now, you have entered the story.
That means I was in GS1, it was in primary 6. So when I was in GS2, it was in GS1. So we didn't even know each other like one-on-one like that. So it was when I repeated GS2, SS2. Then he promoted from SS1 to SS2. Then we were in the same class.
Blessing in disguise.
Then I met one other good guy too, Mohammed. So So they are the one that actually helped my life in the SS2. So I was sitting with them, and then it was fun. Like it was fun. It was fun. We were sitting together. Then that is actually very good academically. Like when it comes to reading, you can read, you can cram, you can.
I know it's
you
very
can
smart.
do all those things. Then we're sitting together. Then Mohammed is very good with calculation, like economics, financial accounting, maths. Mohammed is very good. And so they just put me in their seat. Like I was just sitting with them. I was happy then. Like, and that because I know that with these people, I'm going to pass now.
Yeah.
I'm very sure that. And then our math teacher now changed from that man to this woman, this lovely woman, Mrs. Okunore. That woman was very nice woman then.
It seems like that initial failure actually stimulated something up here.
That initial failure, it was like, but now I was like, I think with these peers, your environment also determines a lot of things.
Yeah.
So with these peers now, I'm sitting with, and then there's also one girl, like, there's politics everywhere, there's connection. Like in class too, you see that people sitting close to each other, like they are in good related terms. Like everybody will choose their peers in class too.
Yeah.
So like we're just sitting beside the window. Then in front there is like one girl, Sarah, with some two girls too that they are very good academically too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just there. It was nice, The class was flowing. It was flowing really well. Like the first time, this is one I had like 60 something, maybe 68 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the English, I was passing English with ease, economics passing, all those things, all those one passing with ease. Like, thanks to them. My own job there, Mohammed will handle calculation aspect. I also good maybe a little bit of commerce. So I know we handle the reading one, like commerce, civic education, maybe what's it called? Civic basic science, or we started calling it another names. They were going to handle all those one, like understand. Then it's really, really nice. So we are flowing. My own job among them is I am error detector. Because when writing exam, so if I know it's done like, writing like the answers. So my own, I will have to copy them. I have to copy the answer into my.
No, me will no go that one. Me will not teach this one now. Me will not teach people where they watch that one. Me will skip that one.
Me will skip that one.
Me will skip that one. May I go to after WAEC because most schools they organize the WAEC campaigns for people.
Yeah, I think after
like JAMB and things like that. You have to figure some of those things out yourself after school.
Yeah, like immediately I passed into when I passed to SS3.
Yeah.
Then I think we're not even sitting down anymore. So the sitting arrangement changes. Then there is SS3, like you just live freely, and it actually SSC was actually very, very. It's very important too. So that's when the school is planning you guys for like WAEC, and that WAEC now comprises of everything you have been taught from SS1, SS2, and touch of SS3.
Yeah.
But some of us, immediately we pass from SS1, SS2, we throw that notebook, just park it somewhere. So we face SS3 as new, then we're actually planning for what's it called? WAEC. So then it goes like, you're just planning, then the WAEC will just come one day. And the WAEC is also another thing.
It's more difficult than regular
school. It's very, 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 very. Yeah. It is that WAEC that you will come out from the exam of the mathematics, all this maybe linear equation or something. Someone is telling you what did you get for this?
I am saying that's what they got.
I'm saying S equals 4, and you'll be hearing like someone from science student that this the top guy.
Yeah.
And they are arguing between S equals 57.2 then you'll be like you lower your voice. So many things. You'll be like when you finish the exam, you're going to be confirming like you confirmation for some people. Like,
so what was the result like after? What was the result when it came out?
I passed what's it called? Mathematics. No, I think I failed mathematics. I passed English and then the rest that I needed to pass.
Yeah. to be able to qualify for a university.
Yeah. But then, I was not even planning like NECO or stuff like that. But I just knew that maybe one day I'll go to university because I was already learning this kind of handwork. Like I was learning already. We call it lithographics.
Is that like
it's one of the aspects of like printing press.
Yeah.
So
to design some
like it
things like
starts to pass through. Someone will do the graphics design.
Yeah.
Then they will print it into something called film. Like that graphics design is going to something called film. Then that's film. That's what they bring to people call lithographics. So lithographics works with something called plate. Plate is like one aluminum, something like this. Then we'll measure it and put the film on the plate. Then we'll put it inside the machine. Then we'll put it inside the machines, like I think we call it, is it vacuum machine or what do we call that machine? But one machine just for the eating system. So that what is the graphics on that particular film, on that film can stick to the plate. Then we'll take it out and we'll use chemical to wash it, to wash off the other aspects. But the design will still be on the plate. That is not going to leave.
If you don't mind me asking, this was before you moved to your uncle's place?
Yeah, this was it. So I was already learning this like in Shomolu when I was in Shomolu. Okay. So I was just learning that lithographics, And then when I actually like the SS3, so I was just like maybe after my WAEC, I'll still be in Shomolu learning my graphics. I'll go to university social. You can never like.
And what was that like? Finally, you're done with SS3 now. Anu and the other guy, you guys are like pals, because I know secondary school pals, they are together, but then after school, you guys have to go your separate ways. Because I don't know if you saw him after a while till later on.
Of course, we were still together.
You're still communicating on phone?
Not even on phone. We are even living together.
At your uncle's place?
That's like my grandmother's place. I'll say grandmother's place.
Not your uncle's place. After WAEC?
No. After the WAEC, I moved to my uncle's house. And then I know still like in Shomolu. Okay. So then, I think it was there I started like he got me another WAEC. Like I have to write another
Okay,
WAEC.
you wrote another WAEC.
Yeah. Okay. And then after that, so I passed the WAEC. Now JAMB. Now I have to write JAMB. So that JAMB now, I was like, I started like studying, like, I started to study very hard for the JAMB. So like, okay, I have to pass this. I have to, So when it gets to certain, there's something called like mock in JAMB. Like this one, like the JAMB center, one JAMB center can organize it.
Mock exams. Yeah.
Like just for you to know how good you are.
Yeah.
And I went there. I think then I was not even practicing well there. I just know that we will write this JAMB now. I went there. I was like, and I knew that to get into Lagos State University, but that was where I wanted to go. So I needed like to score. The cut mark is 190, so I need to score 190 out of 400. Then when I went there, I think I got like 150. And when I got to my uncle asked me that my uncle asked me, how was it? Yeah, good. And they printed us the results. I was like, did they give you the result? No, it's just small. They just show the result on the screen. What did you score? I scored I think I mentioned 215. So, okay, but I got like 153. I know there's fire on the mountain. I have to. One thing I was grateful for is that during my SS senior secondary school period, I always write my notes, except the biology notes. I don't complete that biology note for nobody. The note was too much. But the other one, everything is up to date. So I gathered all those books, started reading. On the day of JAMB, I went, I think I got like maybe 225. 225. So I passed then. So I was already sure. Then I calculated everything. So I already knew that I'll be admitted into Lagos State University, and also being an indigene of Lagos State. So I'm like, I'm going to have like more advantage. So then to fast forward it, I got into Lagos State University. Then Anu also got into Lagos State University. So then No, same set.
Okay.
So when I was in business admin, it was in public administration.
So before we get into your higher tertiary institution of learning, can I ask you a couple, maybe one very important question? From your earliest childhood memory up to the point where you got into LASU, right? It seems like you were not involved in like bad company or like, because I'm not even referring to like anything as extreme as Agbe or
Okay.
things like that. I'm talking like even the normal bad guys that they do things like disturb the neighborhood by even maybe stealing one or two things or just like dagbaring everywhere, not in a very terrible way like Agbe, but you're
Nah,
not in any bad company. Because I know now you mentioned he's a very good guy. So
nah.
you didn't seem to surround yourself with bad, even though you were left alone for most
No,
times.
like maybe when I was in Shomolu, then maybe you have little bit of like tough guys as friends, like but not like they are known for like stealing or something. Like they are
Okay.
just chill guys, just go their way, come back, then maybe party, like maybe end of the year or beginning of the year. So we're just when everybody goes to their work, come back in the evening, we gather, just discuss football, anything. So just like, just live your life, just go to work, come back, play football together. So that was just it. So I wasn't into because like my personality does not even really like doesn't even go along with that. So I was just like on my own, just go play football, just be happy. That was that was just all. I was like basically doing. And my daddy was very strict, so he does not even want to see me with any friend then.
Oh, okay.
Like no friends, nothing. Even the one that I had that were living in the same house, but at some point he warned me several times like, I don't want to see both of you again together anymore. If I had to go somewhere, then I came back home late. So then he knows me very well. Like I love watching football. Like I could sacrifice almost anything in my life to go and watch football. So I don't mind, even though like there is like chaos in the neighborhood, like maybe some guys are disturbing the street. I'll still leave the house. I'll go and watch my football. No matter what it is, except it's like to the point of like maybe the police have to like interfere in the community. So that was like only those moments I could just stay. So
Okay.
otherwise,
Okay. So you were fairly active, but you were mindful of the company you kept.
yeah, exactly. So you see many things on the streets, on the road.
Yeah.
So
But you're
you
just going
just
about
like
doing your own thing.
navigate your
Yeah.
own way,
Yeah.
just go your way, and then
And did that help you a lot in university?
of
Polytechnic, right?
no,
Or is it university?
it was
And did
university.
that help you a lot in university?
Of course, because immediately you get to university, and what actually really helped me was like I'm going to say the fact that and then at some point you know you've lived in one side whereby there's a lot of insanity like going on. Like then when I moved to my uncle's place, so I was just like I'm just indoor, like almost or the like there was no friend. Like at that point, the only people I can say friend are not even friend, just church member that we just only see just on Sunday. That's all. So I didn't have any friend like during my stay there. I didn't have any friend. Then the one I have back home, like we don't even have most of them contact because I'm not in like close friends with them. But I just know that while growing up, people you see you play football with together.
Yeah.
You go to your house, so they go their own way too. So that was then maybe when there's like one party, you guys party together and just go. So but when I got to my uncle's side, it was like different. Not even one person. If I'm going to, I don't even have a phone then. So I could not even call. I think I had a phone. I bought a phone like when I was in SS. I bought one phone then. Maybe with SS or GS. I think SS. I bought one phone then. So it was Nokia C101 there too. But later on, I think the phone got spoiled or something. So if I even have to call, maybe I call once in a month. It's going to be my mom at home.
Yeah.
Just to greet her, like, how are you? So I was there with my uncle. So, like, no friends, nothing. Like, because it's compound. And even in that compound, maybe I'm the only young guy because it's like flat. like 3-bedroom flat. So you don't even really know your neighbors, and then there's not even much people in that house.
And this is this before during your university days?
No, this was like the pause in between after the wire. Then I have to move to my house.
Was that like a 1 year pause?
So like 1 year to like 2 years.
Okay.
Maybe maybe 1.5 years.
Okay. And then from that, you went to the university. You stayed in the hostel.
No, at the university, then I moved to like my grandmother's side. Like she's like sister to my mom.
Okay.
But we call her like grandma. Okay. So then I was there initially, we're just there, just so I don't even have friend in that community, like no friend. So it was just me there. When Anu also got admission, so we're like, okay, Anu, you can come, because it was like, okay, like can we stay together? Pending the time we were able to sort out his accommodation issue. I said, okay. Then I talked to Gamma. They said, okay. Then he came over. So we were going to school every day together. So we were just that two. Except then maybe along the line, now university, you have to meet some course mates.
Yeah.
So I met one other one, James. So I think that James was the first person I met when my first day at the school. We're the one talking like, the first day at the school, there was nothing, no lecture, nothing. We're just like moving here and there, nothing. I spoke with him that day. He was like, how was it? Just talk like few things there. Everybody like we departed. So then after some time, it was just only I and Anu. Just like we go to school every day, we come back every day.
Wow.
So like
that's amazing.
Nothing like third associate, like there was like even though later on at some point I think we rented an apartment, because coming from the grandmother's side was quite long, and then it's quite far to the school, to Lasso. So it's like you're going to Lasso, it's quite. Then we rented an apartment somewhere, so we're just together, living there together. Then at some point, I think we had one guy also with us. It was like Anu's classmate. But after some issue, we were not actually like gelling well. Like the collaboration was not flowing with the topic. So then that one left. So it was just me and Anu. Later on, I also had one of my like classmates living not far, because it was one that helped us to get this particular apartment. So then at some point, James was living somewhere else. So James had station, like station.
And then he came to
that friend's guy, that friend's apartment. After some time, I think they had issue. Then then almost the section is like the whole school is coming to an end. So then James moved to our side. So we started like living together, but then I think we started living together maybe when we were like 300 level or something. But the 100 level like was like, okay, just go to school. As I then, I'm still coming from my secondary school with my Olodo habit. But when I wrote the jam, like I started reading all my notebook at home. So all those things then I have this kind of memory, like I could even remember like things from like long time. So I started having the picture of the classroom then, back then, like, okay, this child was trying to explain this thing here that day. It was like this. So started reading, then I bought all this, is it Aqua something? I don't know, this jam past question or something. I think it's the jam past question. I started studying. So I started reading then. Then at 100 level, when I knew moving, I was like, like, am I going to actually continue this way, or am I going to actually like that university now? I don't know how it is. My mind is like, hey, if I know now we are together now, if it's only me now, you still be like now I'm like, this guy should be able to push me now, so I can also do better now. This guy should be able to like add more ginger to me. Now like I just called him one and like, how far now? When should we start like reading? You're like, don't worry, we'll start reading maybe few times to exam, or you shall start then at that point, because I was, starting from primary school, not like I was below average. I was a little bit above average, but there's not just that, like I'll call it iron hand there to actually push me more. So at that point, I was like, okay. Then I have some friends more too. Like the same is like Ola, so he's also very good in reading. Then I surrounded myself with like scholars, like people that like that read like in my department, people that read like they love book. So that was like then that was my group. So that was what I formed. So that's people I associate with them. Then I just started started reading my own, like the notebook. Sometimes just started one day, like we were in school. I think it was like a month to exam, 1 month to exam or something, or 2 months to exam. I was just in school till like 6 o'clock, and then I was just talking to one girl like that. Like, we are from. She's also from my. How am I going to say it? I'm from like Ekpe division, like my indigenous,
Yeah.
this thing. So it's like she's also from Ekpe division. So we're just talking, playing, talking, and she was like, she's going to stay in school to read overnight. I'm like, so these you people stay in school to
Read overnight. Yeah.
overnight. And then what happened? Said I will go home in the morning and I will go and dress up and come for class again. Like, yeah. So I stayed that day, school. My books just reading. Then I fell in love with it. So
I see.
reading. So I started reading, like, reading. So like at that point, I don't even need Carlo to push me anything anymore. So because at that point, like, the fire was there before, but there was nothing to like start.
Fan it.
So
Yeah.
I just started reading, just like reading, then everything just, and then I was lucky because my uncle, he has one brother, like, so that is like junior brother. So that one is also, I think he studied maybe financial accounting or something. So he's still under management science. So all his, and he has a lot of books. So I was very fortunate. If once the lecturer give us course outline, I'll look at the course outline like this. So I had books at home already that has whatever the course outline is talking about. I started picking those books, started reading.
No, I was a bit surprised when you said you didn't do well in secondary school because I was trying to connect because what I know about you academically is when you were in your final year and the positions you occupied in the ESCOs and all that. And I was like, you want to get to that, you need to. So now I'm seeing the connection with how you overcame this mental block of not doing well in school. Or maybe someone not gingering you enough to read. And then you started.
Yeah. So when I started,
someone motivated you, then you kept motivating yourself.
And then it got to a point, I do even borrow some of my friends' textbook because the textbook was a lot. Like it was a lot. So I started, like, I will sometimes, if like I will see some textbook, like, once I see the course applying, then I will look at some guys, like, they are very, very good academically. They are my friends. So we have like a group of scholars like that.
Yeah.
So I will just give them, like, okay, you take this one, you take this one. It happens mostly between one guy called Promise. Promise is very, very, I'll say very, very brilliant. And then the other one is Tokumbo. Tokumbo is very brilliant, intelligent, like 100%. So I will like give, okay, do you need textbook? I have this one, it covers this. Okay, take. Tell them, go and read it. And me, I'll just see, I'll just, so after like the 100 level, there was a day I was just writing plan at the back of my book. I was writing, okay, mathematics, math 101. Maybe if I can even manage, but I don't know maths. Maybe I can even manage and score 2. But we have 0, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm like, yeah, if I can manage that because it's 3 unit course, I can score 2. Then I moved to JNS 101. The 101 is very simple. I could read well. This one I should be able to score like 3. I started making some plan, like, okay, this one 2, this one 3, this one 3, this one maybe this one can help me with 4. Okay, BFN, that's background finance. This one. I wrote everything, the business courses. Okay, this one 3, this one. Like, okay, nice. Then when the exam finally somehow exam period, before the exam period, like, you get to some point, you'll be like, yes, I think, yeah, like you be like
a bit more
I
confident.
am that guy now. So I was already. It has now become like more of like culture now. Staying like at school to study overnight. So I'll be having tutorial like teaching people. So that's the best way I could also improve myself. I'll teach people like, and then I have some girls that will
Is this
come.
how you, when you spread your knowledge, teaching people, that's how you became president of
No,
your department?
actually, all those things also increase your
Popularity.
yeah in the school. So like I was just like okay, like just teaching as all those financial accounting. Like I became so strong, like, well grounded. Like yes, so I started teaching others, teaching. So I had, before in the class, you even hardly see me raise up my hand that I want to answer a question. I don't do it. But got to some point because I'm always afraid to speak like publicly, like then it gets to some point say like okay, and then I don't like politics.
I don't like this, but is it I know that push you into politics?
Actually, maybe if I didn't actually have anything to do with him,
You
I
would
would
not have
not
been in
be
politics.
interested in politics. Like
So I know you are the one
like
that
like
you are the one that motivated him to
the
go into
way
politics.
I am now. I'm like after football now for me it's like politics. So I'm like okay. Then when the result came out, like I was like seeing 5, 4. I think maybe I had 4 in because the highest can have is 5. Then maybe I had 4 in like probably 3 places out of the whole 10 courses. Maybe 4 in 3 places, and then the guest was like 5. I was like, and then as at then, our profile in last week then anybody can check your results. So it's not secure. So anybody can just once they know your, and then the matric number start from like the first 6 digits is the same. Then the surname that came like
you mean just the one that is posted on the notice board?
No. We don't. Last we don't do like post results on it. I think they've stopped that a long time ago. So like it's like Porter, but they can just go there and put your matric number. So I know like I think the matric number started with like the set. I think we are a set of 2017 like 170. Then for biz admin the code is 821. Then you just start from 001.
Yeah.
The 170821002. So the surnames and the name in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
So and many people are like very curious, like they could go and like search for.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then,
I don't think that was ever a thing.
And then I think I had like Tokumbo and Promise, but they were like in like first class. Then they were like 4.7, 4.8 something. But probably maybe I was after the first semester, maybe I was like 4.35 or something. So I already knew this university will go on now. Say like there's no shaking here. Then the second semester also came. I think the second semester also came, and then I was probably able to even. Well, I think I was able to maybe push it a little bit up, maybe do up again. As at that point, like, and then teaching people here and there, so people started calling you scholar, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Then because I know it was also like doing what was it called? It was doing he loves politics. So after some time, then we'll just sit down at the school, and then we'll be looking the people doing the student politics, the students doing the student government. You'll be looking them like this, be looking there, and it's quite fun. So I love it. So it's quite fun. We just watch. After sometimes, then I think, like, I know he's going to definitely participate. I know him like he's 100%. But me, I was like, I wasn't really. But in my department, like in his own department, people were there participating, and then you could see that people are actually moving this thing. Like even though it's just for fun, there's nothing actually there. It's just for fun, and But in my department, when I look at it, like it's not bubbling in our own department. Like it's just.
If you don't mind me, because we spend a lot of time like on school, but then you came to Finland, and if I understood correctly, you didn't finish school and then you decided to come to Finland. So first, how did you hear about Finland?
Like it was, my sister's husband was living here.
Udakazu.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
it
okay.
was here. So
Okay, so he told you about Finland and you
yeah, so
applied
they
and then
just discussed and they said that okay, maybe I can like try it. They can help me with it. So
okay.
then that was I think before I don't have any intention like to even come, but I was like, well, I had another plan like maybe when I finish the BSc, you understand, I will like move to like I will proceed. Maybe I will write ICANN and then write
Or
other professional
ACCA,
exam.
yeah,
Then you be in Nigeria, you work in one corporate
yeah.
organization.
Then you
Us.
chose to leave all that to
Then
come to Finland.
yeah, then I was like on the other hand, plan B like maybe I'll be a lecturer. I'll study, PhD, everything. Maybe I'll one day I'll be lucky. Maybe I'll be a lecturer. So that was like my two
Okay.
plans. Then when the option of Finland came, I was like, okay, I have to like okay, let me write it.
How was that change like? Because then the course you were coming to study in Finland, you were aware of what it was. You were coming to be either a cook or a waiter.
Didn't even
Or you didn't even think in along those parts. You just like, okay,
those
Finland is a
parts.
better opportunity for me.
Yeah, so the cook or the waiter, I was just like, okay, that's the program. I was like, okay, I'll be there, I'll study. You can never say like I don't know how it is here, but I know people work.
Yeah.
And then you study.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like I don't have any full insights of
Okay.
how it's going to be here or I don't know, but I just know, when you have someone there already, so you just believe like you are on the right path and then
Mm.
will guide you with.
And now, afterwards, you've come to Finland. How would you say your journey has been so far? Settling down, getting a job, living in Finland, and having people there for you, and sometimes you being also alone, being isolated in Finland.
Actually, when you try to summarize everything, you can only say unbelievable. Like it's like something that when you look through it, probably I was lucky because of people I have.
Mm.
So I was lucky and then they make things like way more easier than I could ever imagine.
It seems like you're always lucky finding yourself with good people around you.
Anyway, I would say yes, but like at the same time, I'm this kind of person that understand. You also have to like filter your environment. You have
Yep.
to like know like not everybody that comes around you actually you understand.
Yeah.
So it's always like that. Then when you try to look through it, I'm just like, okay, now we are in Finland now. We'll leave it the way people also do it.
Yeah.
Just do your basic stuff, go, come back, and then it's actually nice. It's actually cool. As far as you're able to get a living and then you could actually do every other things you also wanted to do. So it's nice experience, beautiful, beautiful so far. It's like so far. It's actually nice so far.
And the weather change, did that come as, how did you have to deal with that?
The weather,
Yeah.
I think, I mean, when I first got to Helsinki, like, I was like, when I saw the snow was dropping, I was just like, yeah, like, let me go and touch this thing now. Let's see how it feels now. I was there to form big boy. I was like, let me even stay there for some time now, stay outside for some time. I stood outside. I said, welcome to Finland, boy. There's nothing. So then I just went back inside. Then after that day, I came like during the winter period, January. I had to you don't have option. You have to wear tunica.
Yeah.
I say tunica, two trousers,
Yeah.
like maybe three clothes under with your winter
You
jacket.
even may go have this one is staple. I'm wearing something under, then I wear this, then I wear
So,
put
but
filler and
after
everything.
sometimes it's like it's good better and better and better. And then to some point, self, people will start begging you that wear something thick now. Like it gets some point, you start neglecting like let me just
Especially when the winter is over, I think. And maybe it's because when the winter is over, you feel a little bit warmer, even though it's like still chill outside.
when the winter is over, I don't think anything changed for me because even this, the spring, the spring here is still like winter in one way or the other. So when
Yeah,
you're
in a
trying
way,
to
yeah.
go into March, April, sometimes it's still snowing. So when it starts getting or maybe May now,
April, May,
June,
June,
and it's now
and July, then it's hot.
Even that May, you still be wearing your winter jacket summer because it's still cold. Maybe only in like middle of June and July, then you might not actually like need it. But that one is you can easily adapt to that one.
Yeah, true. And speaking of adaptation, weather aside, now you have to adapt to a different society, a different culture, different work opportunities.
Yeah.
How would you say it's been so far for the past?
For me, it's not really that difficult of a thing to actually do because normally you just live, it's culture here. You see, it's just way of life of people here. So you just live with it because you don't have you're not going to move your country here. So you understand. So you just you see how it goes. Then you also do the same as far as it's rightful.
How about the different perspective of family and representation, not just of yourself, but of maybe your friends, other cars also, different perspective you saw, different people from different environments. I know they like to put us all together as Africans, even though we have our separate identity. Even as Nigerians, we have our separate way of thinking about things. How did you get to balance, your representation, how you perceive yourself, and how the world perceives you, and how they expect you to maybe behave sometimes or conform to their structure and to their culture?
Okay, if I'm able to understand the question where you are talking about the people here perspective
of Africans as a whole and you representing yourself as you, not as whatever people perceive.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing. First thing you can't necessarily change. Even though no people are, of course, I think many people are aware that African is not it's not just
one big giant
one
thing.
country. We have a lot of countries in just a continent. But and then I think one thing is you can't stop people from generalizing. And then some people might not have how am I going to put it? The knowledge to differentiate. But at least from conversation with people, they are able to know okay, this is this person, these are your beliefs, these are your values, these are your goals.
So the more you get to know them and the more they get to know you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So that's what really counts.
But how about right now? What drives you? What keeps you going?
What keeps me going?
What keeps you?
Anyway,
do you still have hopes and dreams from the past that still keeps you going, or those are settled and then you have new hopes and dreams?
Human needs and wants are too numerous and they are
ever expanded.
They are insatiable. Yeah, we have to keep going every day, keep pushing, and then better searching for better life never ends. So you are doing one thing today, you still want to get better, you still want to focus. Everything is just about at the end, being able to have a better life, and then you understand to make impacts, also probably in the life of others too. And how are you going to do this? So you have to have visions, you have to make plans. So you have to plan, you have to replan, you have to learn, you have to unlearn, you have to relearn many things and still working on it and on it and on it and times on. So many dreams, many aspirations, but hopefully everything will be fulfilled.
Hopefully. And yeah. I hope you keep. Not even I hope. I know you are always ever forward going, ever forward driven. So I mean, even look at your friend today. We spoke with your friend yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
And he also still has that drive to keep doing things and to keep expanding, to keep dreaming. Now he's in the UK and he's doing his own thing. And now you're in Finland. Maybe someday you guys will come together and build one utopia for the rest of us. But if you had to summarize, if you had to compress your life experience and pick out one or two lessons, moral lessons and wisdom or word of wisdom to give to us today, to give to those that have been here before you and also those that are coming after you, what would that moral lesson be, or what would that word of wisdom be for the rest of us?
I'll just say simplicity. Like,
Simplicity.
yeah, if you keep things simple, like
Okay, that's a very simple thing, but it means a lot of
yeah,
things.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Actually,
how can you expand a little bit on that?
you know, sometimes most of all these our worries, like how is this going to be, what is that going to be, what's going to happen next, what's going to, like, sometimes you understand, like, just being calm and chill under pressure. That's why I really appreciate the time I really spent with, like, a friend of mine is now in, like, in the US. He's from Ethiopia and Athens. So when we environment together, like, you understand, the guy doesn't bow to pressure. Like, no matter, even though we are supposed to get things done, and then the teachers are yelling, just I'm like, bro, let's just calm, just calm, like, just wait, just calm. It's okay. Go get it ready. It's okay. And that thing, like, actually helps me a lot, because you understand, even though someone wants to, like, worried, the worry does not even solve it. Of course, it doesn't. So the process is like, you have to, like, start the process, like, just in just like simple flow, like, just let it flow. And then, even though it's flowing, and I usually say something now to people, like, while it's flowing, it's nice to, like, just it's nice to live the moment, but at the same time, know when to live the moment.
Okay, it's nice to live
The
in the
moment.
moment, to reside in the moment, but always know when
When to
to
also live
leave
the
the
moment.
moment
So
and move on
and move
from
on.
the moment.
Yeah. Something doesn't work doesn't mean, like, you understand. Okay, you leave it, then you've had some experience. That experience is also useful somewhere else. Like, no knowledge is actually wasted. So you could, just like me, I could, like, probably decide. I think it goes to some point. I'll just started reading about law. I don't know if I'm going to ever need it, but now I could see that it's actually, like, works for me now. Like, in one way or the other, I need, like, the knowledge. Then it's actually working now for me in some aspects now. So I could easily, like, differentiate some things and even know, like, okay, this is how this should go, this is how this should not go. Even though people will have a general be like, no, 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 this should, like, go, but I'm able to you understand, to, like, perceive and also know, have this kind of insights on, like, subject matters, like, from like different field. So, and all this thing, when you try to, like, put it together, like, just make it simple, because as I then I could have been like, no, 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 I should be focusing on this, my business administration course, study. Like, at some point, like, just,
There's more to life than
just
just that.
flow. Like,
Yeah.
when it comes, just flow with it. See how it goes. See how it goes. And when you see, okay, I think this needs change. You understand? Changes to whatever, like, the drive, like, and when I mean the drive, like, okay, like, something you perceive, like, okay, because at the end of the day, you're still going on, like, till now, you still bring some things in the past into your area that are still useful now.
Yeah. You
Yeah, in
recall
this,
some.
yeah. So that's just it for me.
But for you today, right now, in this moment,
Yeah.
in this present day, what does stability mean to you?
One thing is, stability. It's actually important, because it's not actually easy, like, to achieve.
How do
It's
you mean? Do
now.
you mean does it have anything to do with the experience you've gone through to know better now, or it's something else?
It's not easy, because you need some kind of consistency, and
Okay.
for you to, like, stay consistent on, like, some things, or probably way of life, you have to relate with the outside world. Like, you have to relate with the external factors. Like, some things, like, you don't plan for happens, the unforeseen circumstances.
Okay.
So, and then when all those things, like, come into effect, even your stability is going to be like, it's going to be, like, little bit shaken or something. But at the end, I believe it's hard to, like, achieve, but as far as one can stay disciplined, and then more of consistent, I think it's actually nice. It's something, like, essentially, but to me, I believe it's, even me, I'm not even, like, stable. Like, if you want to put it, like, general way, like, if I want to have it for understand, you are talking about stability, like
Right
being
now,
stable
being stable,
in life,
being just appreciative of this moment, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, okay, we say being appreciative. Of course, you're gonna feel good about it because at least you are like the moment turn you into a real man because some kind of responsibility also falls on your shoulder, and then you are also being able to be there for some other people too. So I think that's one thing that to me, that's how I mention success. So it's like your achievement in the lives of others, like the impact you're able to make, what you are remembered for.
Speaking of success, what does building towards success mean to you in the future?
Just what people can like point out to in the life of others as a result of your influence.
But to you, is it what people can point out in your life to others, or what you notice in your life compared to others, or just you being who you are?
No, to me,
and what success means to you?
To me, I would
at that
say
time?
what like other people can point in the life of other people, like as a result of me or based on my influence.
But is that how you choose to measure your success?
That's how I choose to measure my success.
Okay.
Nothing personal.
Okay. But when you look at from your earliest childhood memory till now, you've been pretty much successful also, because that's what you also point out from your story, from your experience. Would you not agree you also been successful?
Oh.
I mean, your story to me sounds like a success story.
Oh, explain.
You grew up in Bariga, Lagos.
Shomolu.
In the Shomalu local government area.
Yeah.
From a small community. A community that had little means to go beyond the things that you might have wanted at that age. But you were contented anyway. And then you moved on to the secondary school. You surrounded yourself with a couple friends after a couple challenges and failures, and you stood your ground, you moved on, you overcame. There were constant areas where you failed, but you overcame. You backwards and overcame. And then you constantly started to overcome. It's like a compounding effect to the you of today. Isn't that a success story?
Of course, to a very large extent, like it is. But if me, I'm going to go by my own definition of like success. So me, I attribute it to like my own influence in the life of like other people. So that's my own benchmark or standard for like measuring success.
Okay. And would these other people be your family, for example?
Not necessarily my family.
Okay.
Anybody.
Okay. And if you could leave a voicemail for that young Sammy, for that young Saint Sammy. Well, okay, back then it wasn't Saint Sammy. Back then it was just Balogun Samuel. For that young guy in Shomolu local government area, what message would you give to him?
I don't know. It's very tough. What message? What message?
And not just Saint Sammy of back then, but also there might be a kid right now living in similar situations and is looking for a voice from the universe. He's doing like this. Now he wants to listen to what you have to say. What would you give? What word of wisdom would you give to that person?
It's still going to be the same thing. Like just keep things simple. Now I realize much more now that like simplicity actually means a lot. Because
more.
In simplicity, like you're able to have discipline, you're able to have patience, and once you can have like those two things, your own right time is still going to it's going to come. The help is going to come. So in one way or the other, and then it's now left for you to also understand, build yourself, to develop yourself and make maximum use of it as yourself.
Okay. And when you look back, what are you most grateful for?
So I see my mom.
Okay. Shout out to Mommy Samuel Balogun. You're most grateful for your mom.
She's late now.
Wow. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't know.
Yeah, I think that was last.
Wow. Are you at least proud that she got to see where you were as of last year before she passed on?
Am I what?
At least glad or proud that she got to see.
Actually, I'll say it because
your journey of last year.
If I remember, she always say, like, God should just give her the strength to understand, to see us through the point that will not be scared anymore in life.
And it seems you even lived beyond that moment.
That's going to pass. Grateful to her. Yeah. I know.
I mean, I'm proud of you too. If that makes
too.
any consolation,
I'm proud of you too.
thank you, thank you for your encouragement.
No,
I didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
And how about your dad?
Yeah, my dad is fine.
Okay. Do you plan on visiting Nigeria anytime soon, or do you want to fly him out here to see what living in a big fridge is like?
Visit Nigeria, hopefully, in the nearest future. Okay. It can be tomorrow, it can be next tomorrow, it can be next year. I can just see soon.
Okay. And for those of you that have been watching up to this time, this is where we might say goodbye for now. I appreciate my brother for sharing his story, taking us across his journey. It's not been easy. It's not been the smoothest of journey, but he overcame every hurdle. And I appreciate him for the person he is today and every step he had to overcome. So thank you very much, Mr. Samuel, for being here today. And we appreciate you for sharing your story. Is there anything you'd like to say? Actually, nothing much than just to also say thank you to you too. At least you're also part of the story. I remember when I came like a few years ago, you are like welcoming and then some kind of orientation. Orientation me? What orientation did I give you? I think we do go to work together then. When we did. We go to work together. A couple of times we discussed about some like business ideas. And then to go to a point that even when I needed the help from my friend, you were able to like even offer the help. Oh, if you're okay, I know what you're referring to. And then I remember a couple of times you were also being wicked to me. Really? Yeah. You like make you fed me, then put on the PS to beat the hell out of me a couple of times. You actually started destroying me at some point. I had to give someone my PS as an excuse not to play anymore. It was actually nice. Nice experience. Nice experience. Some stories such as yours begin in a mix of silence and noise. There's somewhere in between, in a crowded home. Some might say a home of small dreams or small hopes. And you grew to where the ceiling, um, from where the ceiling was falling little by little, you grew beyond even heights unimaginable. And now you are here today with us. From Bariga, from the streets of Lagos to now Finland, surfing through the icy roots of Finland. You seem to have your mom's resilience, your mom's fighting spirit, your mom's patience, your mom's love, your mom's care. My mom's patience, no. Your mom is extra patient. Okay, but it seems like you are still working on your patience and your dad's endurance. Is that well to say? Okay, maybe I'll say my dad's patience. Okay, your dad's patience, your mom's endurance. Okay, and you seem to have played the game of life, and you are still playing. And I wish you the very best. And now you stand here at your next stage, your next encounter. Yeah. We are excited to see what next you do, and hopefully in the next 7 to 10 years, we invite you again on this show so we can see your new dad bod. Maybe I would have started operating a factory just like you. Which factory is that one? Baby production. Amen. 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 I hope I get there someday. And now you stand taller, not just because you escaped your past, but because you honored it. You embraced it. It taught you one or two things, and now you are a living proof that it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what situation you go through. There's always hope for you to overcome. So I appreciate you sharing your story with the rest of us. And nice. From us, still from the ones before you, we say adieu. And make sure you watch out for more interesting things for this guy. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.